In 2004, York was convicted and sentenced to 135 years in federal prison without parole. The FBI code name for the investigation was Operation One Mann Act. Julaine and Joan, along with other members of their prosecutive team, received the Attorney General's Award for Distinguished Service for their work on this case. Retired Agent Julaine Ward served in the FBI for nearly 27 years. She was assigned to the Atlanta Division, Macon Resident Agency. She worked a variety of investigations with an expertise in white-collar crime, violent crime, and crimes against children.
But also when they're transported interstate to Florida, that gave additional sexual exploitation of children charge accounts for us because they were transported. And we used what they call the One Mann Act, MANN Act. It's an old name for a statute that for transporting children across the state lines for sexual purposes. That's when the case kind of got the name One Mann Act.
In the heart of rural Georgia, beneath golden stucco pyramids and cosmic murals, a community known as Tamaray thrived. Built on the teachings of Dr. Malachi Z York, a man revered by his followers as a spiritual guide, cultural visionary, and architect of Afrocentric awakening. But in 2002, that world came crashing down. Federal agents descended on the compound, arresting York on sweeping charges that included violations of the Mann Act, formerly known as the White Slave Traffic Act of 1910, is a U.S. federal law that criminalized the transportation of white women and girls across state lines for prostitution, debauchery, or any other immoral purpose. The headlines painted Dr. Malachi Z York as a predator. The courtroom echoed with accusations. Yet behind the official narrative, a growing chorus of voices claimed something far more sinister, that York was framed. During Dr. Malachi Z York's bond hearing, Special Agent Julaine Ward was cross-examined about the federal investigation. In her testimony, she admitted that no witnesses had stated Dr. York transported children across state lines. This key detail challenged one of the central claims tied to the Mann Act charges. The following is an excerpt taken from the bond hearing for Dr. York. In this cross-examination of Special Agent Julaine Ward, where she states that she had no witnesses that said Dr. York transported children across state lines for sexual purposes. All right. Now, in connection with the travel for the purpose of having sex with a minor, do you have a witness who says that the purpose in the travel was to have the children have sex? The witness that says that? Yes. No. You have no witness that says that? Not that says that, no. All right, that's all I'm going to have for this witness at this time, Your Honor. The court. No other questions by government's counsel? Mr. Moultrie, who is the federal prosecutor in this case against York. May I have just one moment, Your Honor? The court. Yes, sir. Mr. Moultrie. No, Your Honor. The court. You may step down. Other witnesses to be presented by the government? Mr. Moultrie. No, Your Honor. Despite the gravity of the charges leveled against Dr. Malachi Z York under the Mann Act, the government's case during the bond hearing revealed a striking absence of critical evidence. Under cross-examination, Special Agent Julaine Ward, one of the lead investigators, admitted that no witnesses had stated Dr. York transported minors across state lines for the purpose of sexual activity. This acknowledgement directly undermines the foundation required to invoke the Mann Act, which hinges on interstate movement for illicit purposes. Furthermore, the government declined to present additional witnesses or evidence when prompted by the court. No audio recordings, no video documentation, no physical proof corroborating the alleged crimes. What remained was hearsay, speculation, and a narrative unsupported by concrete facts. Supporters pointed to recanted testimonies, sealed transcripts, and procedural irregularities. FBI agents admitted under oath that no witnesses had seen York transport minors for sexual purposes. The prosecution described their evidence as scant, and still York was convicted.
Okay. Well, I have some questions I think that the public would like to be cleared up, man.
Yes.
Okay.
How about everybody first? Go ahead.
Is it true that you did not move to Georgia with any of the alleged victims?
It's a known fact. In fact, the parents of the victims that they did have on the stand all admitted, one after the next, that they moved down here. So some mother right there told them that she came down with us, and we didn't come to no land. We went over to Macon, Georgia. They lived in Macon. Other people lived in Savannah, Georgia, and different places. I was not the first down here. I didn't bring any children down here. In my vehicle, when I came, there was no children in my vehicle at all, whatsoever, all adults, and we have all that logged on record and verified. The courts tried to ignore that.
Okay. Now, is it also true that when you got to Georgia, people had already began to move to the land and were already in Georgia?
Yes, there was people already living on the land months before I came down to the land.
Okay.
Right? The families were already, some was already settled here, some brothers here preparing the land and all of that. When I came down, in fact, was abrupt.
If you believe the Mann Act charges against Dr. Malachi Z York were part of a broader attempt to frame him, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's bring clarity to a case clouded in controversy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on stories that matter.